guess what? We're still working on our truck. Except, I guess I gotta pull this wheel off because, I don't know, mag wheels and aluminum wheels and rubber, for some reason they seem to leak, so gotta figure that out. The other day I did get my exhaust kit, but I'm still missing the collector part. I decided I'm gonna actually still use the headers, seeing how I bought the bits and pieces, so there's no point in pulling it out. Like, I made the headers, so we may as well keep going with them. So what I got here is a universal kit. Oh, I guess we'll try to open this thing up here and show you folks what I got. What it is, you get a whole bunch of bends and stuff. You get these like on Amazon, eBay, wherever. Because I don't have my exhaust machine, so I'm not going to build one. This will have most of the bends that I need. And because I have that exhaust expander, this should be pretty straightforward. Come on. There we go. So I went with 2 1/4. We had a whole bunch of straights, angles, some 90s, whole bunch of U-bends. Pretty much you should be able to build any old exhaust with what we got. So my plan is I'm going to start at the back of the truck, work my way forward, and then right around where my collector is, I'll kind of finish that part out once my collector comes in. I just bought an adapter to go 3-inch down to, I think the best I could find was 2.5. So one of these ends, I'm going to expand them just to match up with the header. But yeah, I think somewhere I got a set of cherry bombs, because seeing how I'm going to be running this out the back now, I can basically, I wouldn't say run loud exhaust, but run louder than a feller would normally run. So first things first, I'm gonna pull this wheel off. I'm gonna figure out why my tire's going low. It's gotta be a rim leak, gotta be. Don't know why, it just seems to happen. We'll figure out where we're gonna place our exhaust. And well, oh, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift I'll take the jack out, I'm gonna put the jack in the back, I'm gonna let the suspension do a full droop. Because of where my bags are and stuff, I'm thinking, well, I'll lift it up and I'll show you. So because of, well, I got my exhaust here, and I guess a guy could come through here, which is not, my intention was to run side pipe. We might come through here, down, and then we'll just come, because you can see we have all this room because the way the body's kind of channeled. So, I mean, it's kind of counterproductive, but we'll come across, go here, somewhere behind the cab, like around this area, I feel is where I'm going to run the exhaust pipe behind the cab, or the mufflers, I mean. And then we can kind of finish off beside the tank, and you know what? Maybe we'll come out this way and we'll modify up my bumper so the exhaust tips kind of come through the bumper. That's kind of my idea. I'm going to have to straighten this thing out, get my bumper properly sitting on here, and that way we can kind of do our snake thing out. But I gotta have the suspension go full droop, because right now it's gonna be so hard to get my exhaust to go up and over because it's all bagged. So we're probably gonna go under the axle. But I wanna make sure that when the thing's fully lifted up, or you know, you hit a bump and it droops, that it doesn't hit the pipes. So we got plenty of room, like here. Like if we ran it just straight, we're close to, well, I think we actually are. No, we're pretty close to aired out. So basically I don't want it on the ground when it's aired out, and I don't want it hitting things when it's aired up. So we pretty much have to find a happy medium for everything here. But that's where we're going to start. We're going to try to do the exhaust, and then I don't know where we'll do from there. I mean, we got to do some more work to the top, but well, first thing's exhaust. I got to do exhaust till I run out of parts, let's put it that way. And then we'll look at my top, because that thing needs to get paint on the inside, and I'll see where I'm at. I think later this week I'll probably be getting my sewing machine back. So probably, well, at that point we'll be starting top here. I guess I could work on the tonneau cover. We got to do that part too. I don't know. We got a few things left before we splash some paint on there. But first things first, I got to take this tire off and see what's going on with that. Well, tire was an easy fix. It was just the valve stem. I had to just tighten up the stemmy part. So that part's good. So now we got the car, or the truck, like it's lifted up. I got the back up. And what I did is I just used my jack here, and we kind of take, like I brought the back end up and I took the load off the suspension. So this is technically about the lowest it could go. And this is nowhere near where I'd ever ride it. But if I get the exhaust super close to here, I shouldn't have any problems with it ever hitting. Hopefully, we'll see. So now I'm gonna start puzzling this out, these pieces, and see where I get here. Well, I'm gonna go make a walk to our little shed there, and I'm gonna see if I have any, what do you call them? Mufflers. I'm pretty sure I had bought at a swap meet a long time ago, some 2-inch, yeah, I think so. 2 1/4, I think. Cherry bombs. So we're gonna grab those, and I don't know that I have any exhaust hangers, so we might have to go like rummage off some scrap cars and pull those little donuts, and then we can work that together with everything. All right, oh. This is the shed if I have them. Well, maybe Ryder moved them to the barn. I haven't thought of that part. I'll check my other one, but I'm pretty sure it's must be in the barn. Yeah, that is definitely a no bueno here. Okie dokie. Then we'll meet you in the barn. Look at that. Right off the bat. 2 brand new mufflers. Oh, they're only 2-inch. Huh. Yeah, whatever. That'll be fine. Truck's just stock, so it doesn't really matter. That'll be plenty for it. It's no hot rod. Well, I came back from town. They had my collectors. Went to get some fuel to try to get that going. That thing's still being miserable. I think all my jets are just garbage or something. I've ordered up some new jet kits and things. We'll play with that and maybe look at it on the second channel. I did get some LED marker lights. So I got these because, well, I want to see how they work, but I have regular bulbs in here, and I feel that by the time I put a plastic on there, it's going to get so hot that it'll melt it. So I'm hoping these don't get as hot, and that they're a little smaller. I guess we could try one out and see how this goes here, once I figure a way to get the stuff out of it. I love how packages come with a resealable top on everything, but you can't actually get anything out of them. Oh yeah, one-handed life. They seem smaller than a regular bulb. Take that one out. Oh yeah, see, overall size is smaller. And I would imagine it doesn't get as hot being an LED. Wow, that's way smaller. No idea how bright that is or nothing, but we'll switch those out, and then we can make some lenses similar to how I did on the front of the 54. And then we can kind of smooth that whole works up. That's my thought. Anyways, we got our exhaust, and well, I found my mufflers, got our exhaust, we got our collectors. The only thing I don't have is a flange. I didn't buy, like, they don't make them to go down this small, and this, I think, whatever I do, Oh, this is going to work fine. These actually, well, it should fit in. Should be able to slip it over and be able to weld it, so that's actually pretty nice. What I got to do now is, I have a gasket, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing, but this is the same size as my collector, right there. And I got to build a flange for this, so we can put a, what do you call it? Our donut between here. So it should be pretty straightforward. Our gaskets are here somewhere. We'll find it. So right here's our gaskets. This is going to be our flange. So all I got to do is doodle this out on there somehow, and we can make a nice tight flange. I don't need to make it out of this heavy stuff. I'll probably build it out of some 10 gauge here, and we'll be able to gasket it up and kind of make this our starting point. I was going to kind of work from the back to the front, but now I can do it the right way. Cool. Well, you seen me in the time lapse. I was using the joystick and everything else off the plasma machine, and I was doing my doodle on the table. And basically what I was doing is I have a hard time trying to figure out how to draw this stuff. Like I can do the circle, and then I know the distance, but then I kind of struggle. Like you could do something. I felt I would try something different and use the machine. The buddy kind of gave me an idea of this. That's how he does it. A lot of stuff like that. So what I did is because you can't see my Sharpie marks very well, I basically knew I got a 3-inch hole in the middle. And then these are 0.39. I know that's a quarter here, but anyways, what I did is I took the machine, I put it onto this center here, what I knew, you know, of the hole. I centered the machine, like I zeroed it. So in here I basically said, oh, I gotta get you down here. I went in here and I set everything to 0. And then basically I moved my machine down, which I don't know what it was. We'll say it was 2 inches down almost. And then across, like I basically just, this is 0. I drove the machine to this hole. And then I looked at the coordinates on here. So my X, Y, Z's all here. So I looked at it and it said it was down by 1 point something, 1.9, and then over an inch point. Like I got it right to the fraction where it was sitting. Cool. So that worked out well. Then basically once I had those measurements, I zeroed it, and then I kind of went around till I found the hole on this side. Went back again, got my measurements, and then from there, I basically went into my software here. I drew the first hole, and then I kind of did the same measurements. I drew a line down, I drew a line over, and then I put my hole. Then from there, I kind of did my measurement from, you know, all the same things going across and up and yada yada. And then when that was said and done, I just drew a whole bunch of lines on here. Oh, hold on here. I'm struggling. This is not working for me. So I drew a bunch of lines over into center, which then got me the center for my 3-inch hole. And then, yeah, it just worked out. So when it all said and done, I got my gasket fits perfect on there. And then the center of this thing, which is 3-inch, fits perfect in there. So I'll be able to weld this all up. We'll be able to get the gasket in there. I decided to do it in 3/16 because this is going to make it just uber strong, and I'll be able to just sandwich the beans out of this gasket, and hopefully it doesn't leak. That's my hope. You guys have come in. You want some food? Is that what you want? All right. Well, I'm going to feed the dogs, and then I'm going to go and we'll start zapping that together, and we can bolt it up to the truck, and then we can actually start, you know, building our exhaust. Well, we cleaned it up. It's just still really hot. We cleaned these up, and I just TIG welded. It's probably the only thing that's going to get TIG welded on here, just because, well, we got a good mounting service, and the backside's not all full of garbage. So, ooh, that's the hot one. This one's not too bad. It's still pretty warm. Anyways, we're gonna pretty much bolt these things up. And then we have our starting point for everything, what we're gonna do. So this is gonna go here. What I'm thinking is gonna happen is we're gonna come off of there like this, and then we'll do another one of these bends or something that will catch it and kind of throw it out. I wanna get it past the, I wanna get it past the air tank over here, and then we can kind of just come straight along, no obstructions. We kind of come down, and then we'll kind of poke it out and come out the back. That's kind of my idea. In this vicinity here, I want to have the exhaust, like the mufflers, on both sides. That would be ideal. This side, there's less stuff in the way, but we'll probably kick them out so they're going to be evenly on, you know, whatever. We'll try to make it symmetrical at some point. So, yeah. I'm going to go in for supper first, and then, well, we'll bolt this stuff up and start making our way through the exhaust system. Oh yeah, you're watching me? I don't know, you can get these things at KBC Tools. It's, what do you call it, for deburring. So I kind of, that's a hot one? Around there, I just chaffered? I don't know what you call that, chaffering? I don't know, you got that little, nice little bevel. I should do the rest of the pipe, but I'm not too concerned. Mostly because we'll be gasketing it in there and it'll be, nobody will ever see it again. We got our exhaust. You see me doing a bunch of finagling. I'll go through all the bits and pieces that I've been working on and explain what's happening here. But anyways, we kind of, this is looking about where I want, and then we can put our muffler on over here. Just gonna zippity zap this thing in place here. Kind of sloping it a little bit, but it's for a reason, for a good cause. Now we can put the muffler on. Might be a little too low. Going a little higher. Alright, keep her level. Cool. Well, it does snake down. I like how straight it is, but I could have went over a bit more. You wouldn't think an exhaust is this hard. Well, it's not really. What do we do? Maybe we get both pipes up to about the same. We'll do both sides, and then I'll take you for a walk around and see how I'm building my exhaust. These kits are actually like really cheap. You can't even justify actually, like, I have an exhaust machine and I can't, well, I don't really have one, but I can't justify actually trying to fix it because I can't. The pipe, the straight pipe, costs more than these kits. It's crazy. I'm just trying to look up. I can't remember what it cost me. It was not very much though, in hindsight of things, and it's like working really well. That's the thing. And I've used these before, so I'm not saying it. So this is a 2 1/4, and it's everything you've seen. 16 pieces, 2 1/4. It's $300 shipped to my door. So, well, I shouldn't say that. It's $306. So that's like, yeah, I would be almost that in pipe, and then I have to still do all the bends. So, you know, it'd be nicer because I could make this mostly in one piece. But with that expander thing I got, I'll show you. I did a modification to it and it works so much better. So, you know what? I'll show you it and then we'll get on to getting the other side. Now I'll do this one side first and then we'll show you the expander and everything there. This thing is just the bomb. I did a few mods to it, like adding a pneumatic motor. I don't think you can see it. I added air over hydraulic to this thing. It used to have a hand pump, but I just have a piece because I'm trying to expand it so I can get this into there. And this sure beats the heck out of doing it by hand. You just have to work it because it wants to make it kind of square. There, see? Got a nice tight fit. Almost a little too tight. Give it a little more. I find I always go too much. That's pretty good. If you don't overdo it, you can actually clamp the whole darn thing together. This is, I don't know, some kit I got from Beaver. I'll explain later. I'm basically just working this down in steps, kind of like I did the other side. So this one's about there. And then we'll do, this pipe needs to go under here. I clearly don't need so much of it, so we're going to do the same business. This pipe's actually okay now, so I'm just going to cut this one here, and then I can expand it, slip it on, and turn it to, how much do I need to turn that? I need to think this one through here a little better. I want this one to be sort of straight. So if I get that one sort of straight, kind of like the other side, I might need to go higher. Let's go up here. Well, that is working out good. From this angle, we got it. I screwed up and I had to cut it because my mufflers were in different angles. And now that I think about it, I never look to see if they are flowing the same way. Because cherry bombs kind of have a one way or no way of flowing. So what are the chances I have them on the same? I think it's pretty dang slim. Oh, these actually don't. Some of them have like a baffle on them. These are just little holes. They don't have like the louver thing. So there's not really a direction to them. Okie doke. Well, I guess they're good. Anyways, this worked out pretty good. I got no hangers. This is actually coming down, but like you've seen me, I had a piece of pipe going here. So I know now I can kind of go here. We'll snake over, and I'm thinking out the side over here, we'll do a little cutout and do our exhaust that way. But it's kind of tucked up out of the way. It's way below the ground level because ground level is like, the ground is like right here and nothing is going to contact it here. Like even with running boards, stuff like that, we are a long way away. And we have the suspension sitting at full droop and hanging, so this is as low as the suspension can go, because we're kind of like, oh, this one can go a little bit more, but there's not a realistic height or anything that this truck would ever be. It would be to do some weird maintenance of some kind, but it's not even a change of tire, because I can easily get the tire in and out, so I'm happy where everything's sitting. Up front, we went up to our collector, and it's doing a nice little both sides. That's all good. The only thing I don't really like, but it'll be fine, is just here the angle's a little clicked. It's not so smooth, but meh. I've built way worse exhausts, so this is pretty good. And then this side, we had the short in it because this header's a little bit different, but overall the shape is the same. So I'm pretty happy with that. So there's no real complaints. What are we gonna do? We're gonna talk about this exhaust expander thing. This is that thing I got from Vivor. I think they sent this to me, but this thing's actually pretty cheap. It's is there anything written on it? No, there's nothing on the box. I know it'll do up to 4 1/4, it says. So you just kind of keep stacking these expansions on. Anyways, what it does, it comes with like a hydraulic jack, like a hand pumper, and it works, but it sucks. And I'll find the prices for this stuff, but it was really cheap. Like in Canada wise even, I think this whole setup is like $300 or maybe $400. But I've got a universal, like an air over hydraulic, and I changed some fittings because I can use this on my louver press as well. But I use it over here and it saves me from having to do stuff. That'd be a lot of pumping by hand. So this worked phenomenal. So what it does is I just had a chunk of pipe, but what it does, it expands it like this, in case you didn't catch that. But so you could technically put pieces together and clamp it. I like it because instead of trying to always get a piece of metal butt welded and get the angle right, there's always end up having a gap. I found I can be a little more loose, but at least it's a fit, and it's so much easier to weld. Just there's no gaps. There might be a gap, but it might be like one of these kind of things, which is nothing. It's pretty easy to fill with weld. So this thing is just awesome. So between that and that U-bend thing, it's we got a pretty good looking exhaust under there in my eyes. So I don't know how much further I'm gonna get tonight. We still have all of that I didn't use. So if you got a regular car, you wanted to go up and over the diff, you got plenty of stuff to do it. I might still cut that stuff up. I haven't used, I think I got 2 of these bends left. Well, that's an extreme bend. So I don't know that I'll use that. Because what I want to do is kind of, I'm going to go directly under the diff like that. And I want, how do we explain that? I want this to go under the diff, and then I'm going to come and go that way. That's pretty much the process. We're gonna go zing. So we might not have enough. Well, we definitely don't out of this. I could have used like 2 more of these things, I guess. These, I don't know what that angle is, but that would have been great. But we got all those, so we might not even have to. Maybe if we did half of these and I did one like this and then actually flip the other one. Like if I had these things connect half and half, maybe this thing would kick over enough that I need. Let's see if this one was double the width. Yeah, it probably would work. If this thing came over here, and well, I wanted to go a little further, but I still have 2 full straights. It comes with basically 16 feet of straights. They're in 4-foot chunks. I had to cut the one because my mufflers, I think I was saying that they weren't sitting evenly, but yeah. We'll figure something out. I'm almost thinking I'm gonna go straight just past the diff, and then from there I'm gonna kick it and lolly it over. Because if I was doing the straight here up to there, that thing would lolly, and then yeah, see, that would work. That would work perfect. Perfect. Okay, well, I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. I don't feel like playing with that anymore tonight, so we'll do more exhaust stuff tomorrow. And then hopefully I'll run around the yard and we're gonna grab a bunch of donuts. I think I have like a lot of solid rod. This is not big enough, but I think I have some solid rod like this that we can make hangers, because it seems like the round rubber donut things are the new exhaust hanger. Used to be able to get them where you clamp them onto the muffler and do that, but they're expensive. They're like 20 bucks a clamp, I've been finding, so you probably want 4 to 6 on there. It's pretty expensive. I'm gonna just scavenge donuts and just cut them off of cars and reuse those. All right, till tomorrow. Well, this is what I wanted to check out. So, as you can see, we have here with our really junky temporary hangers, but this being ground, we have plenty of clearance. Now with this being ground, we don't have a lot of clearance, but we're not driving it at this height, so it's still not even touching the ground. This is like crazy under the exhaust, or under the axle kind of business, but that's only because this is aired out, and to get up and over is doable, but it's just so tight and things are gonna rattle and hit, and so I opted to go this way. It goes all the way down to the back. We are in the back, and as we get back here, we're getting closer, but we're not. I haven't done the notch out yet, and I think I'm gonna save that one for later till I get the bumper a little better fitted, I guess. It's not fitted right, and it would be nice, but I don't know. Like, I could come out underneath. There's room. I think it just would look good with a little notch in it. I guess we could do that. I'm gonna focus more right now though, because I gotta get the bumper to sit on there properly yet. But for now, what I'm gonna do is, I almost think I can get this whole exhaust off because it's not hanging up on anything. I can get it out in one piece, and then we can fully weld everything except for this last little bit. So I did this because I wasn't exactly sure how I'm doing the back part, but so we just made up. I didn't really make up anything. This is just the halves of these. But we're in. Basically, I think the goal is gonna be we'll have a hanger, something off of here, possibly off the transcross member would be pretty good. And then when we boogie back here, it'd be good to have one right up here on both sides. And then one more slanker in the back here near the tips. So I think I actually have two hangers. One, we went to the scrapyard and I found one on the ground. And for some reason around here I have one other one, but I still have to pull them off some cars, all the other ones. So for now we'll sit here and pull the exhaust off, we'll weld it all up, and then kind of get it back in there proper, like we're never going to take it back out. And then we'll try to figure out, I'll get at least two hangers in it, and hopefully maybe I can get some off some scrap cars before then. Alrighty, this is where we are at. So we did the exhaust, it's in. We got two hangers here. I got one here and one there. I have not gotten to the front because I just haven't pulled anything off anything yet. So Anyways, it's on there. It's pretty solid. Like I say, we're gonna put some more hangers in there. I'm undecided with this exhaust, so for now I just stuck some caps on and we're just gonna dump them on the ground back here. I mean, whatever. These aren't actually permanent. I guess in hindsight, if I didn't go through the bumper and did that, I could have just went straight and then dumped it right there, but hey, let's see how, let's drop this thing down and see how it sounds. Kind of curious. It is a smaller exhaust, so I don't know, probably won't be very loud or raspy, which I'd rather it'd be kind of quiet, but anyways, let's have a yonder. All right. 2, 3 pumps. Yeah, it's nice and quiet. Let you see how it sounds in the back. You'll let it warm up a little bit here. I like it. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Well, yeah, my tips are gonna need a little zap. They don't like to stay on the way they did. So I've been working on the front. Had to like humongously raise up my latch, but I guess that's because of the way everything got modified on the hood. Stuff got screwed up. But it does latch now. I'm not happy with how strong this thing is. There's a spring in there, but it's not very good, so I'm gonna add another spring onto here just to strengthen the crap out of that thing. Because, yeah, the last thing I want is the hood to pop open. I mean, it could blow up, but I don't think it, well, you know what, it could somehow catastrophically, somehow majorly, it could probably go blow back and screw into the windshield, so, with the setup. So, we're gonna play it safe, maybe even put a safety strap in there, just so I have like one line of defense, because there should be a safety catch, actually, now that I think about it. I gotta go hunt for that, but there should be a safety catch on there. I remember seeing it somewhere, but anyways, I didn't quite, well, actually I got my exhaust done. It's not fully done, because I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing in the back just yet, but there's a good chance I might leave the bumper nice and clean in the back, because, well, see what I'm saying. You know, like it looks super clean. Right now, I like it. I mean, maybe just too little doop doop with the exhaust tips coming out might be nice. You know, you do that with a little bit of a nice little round ring on it. I don't know. I'm mixed. I could always change that because it's a bumper, so it's not that big of a deal. It's easy to paint and stuff. I'm painting it. It's not going to be chrome, so that won't be a big deal. But I almost feel like that side needs a little bit of repair too. It looks like it's kind of got one of these on the bottom. That one looks pretty square. We did use the junkier of my bumpers, but I don't know. I'm going to sit and think about it because I'm a ways away from paint. Well, not crazy far, but I'm a little ways away. Our bugs are getting pretty bad out here, so that's going to be the only hamper from painting the truck is bugs. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how priming goes. If it's pretty good and, you know, there's not a lot of animals buzzing around, then we'll maybe go full paint, or we might have to wait till a little more into the fall when the bugs are a cool night. I don't know. Anyways, I think that's where I'm going to leave this one. I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.